Hey, everybody. Jim Johnson here. And decided to do a little live today. Haven't done one of those in a while. And it has something to do with a little bit about what I want to talk about today. Piece of fuzz on my eye there. Sorry about that. Hopefully, nobody's on yet. We'll see how many eyes get on this. I'm going to give it a couple of minutes just to let people like click on their live and get here. But I'll tell everybody a little bit about what I want to talk about and why it's kind of important this year. This is that time of year where everybody makes New Year's resolutions. They're the ones that are like, hey, I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to get healthy. I'm going to do this. I did a whole podcast on it yesterday. It came out today. I already got a lot of feedback on it about people realizing maybe why things weren't getting done the way they'd want to on their resolutions. And it kind of struck me as something like, hey, I need to like dig into this a little bit myself. And so I thought I'd do this live today and do something that's important to making sure that these types of things happen, which is become accountable, let other people know what's going on. And so that's what I want to ask all of you out there that are watching this live, whether you're on LinkedIn or Instagram or Facebook or wherever that you're watching this, YouTube. It's live everywhere. I want to put it out there. I did something like this last year whenever I did the 75 hard thing. I put it out. Hey, I was going to do the 75 hard. I was going to complete it in the first try, and nothing was going to stop me, and it didn't. And those type of things work really well for me. So I want to share a little bit today with you guys about this resolution thing. And really, the core word of that is resolve. Having the resolve to do something. And resolve means it's not just a whim or you're motivated for a short period of time. There's discipline and effort that's involved. That when challenges come up and arise, the thing you're pursuing is worthy enough that you'll continue to go after it. And so I want to share with you guys a little bit about what I resolved to do this year. And I want you, the listener, you, the whoever follows me, which is crazy to me that anybody follows me. Um, but if there's ever a time where I'm not living up to these, I want you to reach out to me. But I don't want you to reach out to me and wait for me to fail. I would like you to reach out to me and say, hey, I missed it. Was it out there? Or, hey, I saw you do what you said you were going to do. Great job. The more of that kind of stuff, the more positive reinforcement we give to folks, the more likely they are to do well. I know during 75 Hard, I had a ton of people reach out to me, man, you got this, go for it, get it. And that was awesome. But I have a feeling there was 10 times as many just waiting for me not to post that day, waiting for me not to do that thing that day. And I want to encourage you not to be one of those guys or gals. And so I'm going to put it out. I'm going to share with you guys what I resolved to do this year and call me out if I don't. All right, here we go. So it's a top 10 list. Maybe it's a little David Letterman. I don't know. Tonight Show used to do the top 10 list. Here's my top 10 list. Number one on the list is I want to improve my actions when it comes to God and the things that I do spiritually. I do a lot of stuff already. And it's super cool, but I want to get my hands dirty. I want to do something, but I've been a bit jaded about it. I've been on lots of mission trips and stuff like that. And I don't really feel like we're doing a lot on those, man. Like we paint a house that somebody painted last week. We clean up some stuff and it's a mess again, a month later. I want to do something that's a little bit more impactful, and it's kind of been holding me back. I've gotten some opportunities here recently to kind of pursue some of that. And so I'm going to be looking into that and finding a thing where I can go get involved, have an attachment to it. And it has to be something that's meaningful to me. Kids are important to me. That's one of those things like I wish we all had great parents. It's not always the case. And I think foster care is a problem. I think having clean water and energy is a problem. And so I'm probably going to deal and step into something there and work towards that this year, that by the end of the year, I'm heavily involved in something along those lines. So that's number one, improve what God has asked me to do, which is serve others. And so that's number one. Number two, This is the big one. This is the one that you guys are going to hold me to. This is the one where everybody's going to go, hey, where was it? What'd you do? So I did 75 hard. I'm going to do 365 hard, but not that 75 hard, like do 2 workouts and read a good book and all that other good stuff. I'm going to do something a little bit different. And I'm going to, for the next 365 days, I already started January 1st, but for this year, 2023, every single day, I am going to put out something that is valuable content. Not hype content, not a sales pitch, not, hey, buy something from me or anything like that, but something valuable. I want to give back. I want to serve. And so I'm going to give something valuable. It's been pretty nice over these last 25 or so years. Gained a bit of wisdom that I can probably share out there with others. And I'm tired of seeing people go out of business. And maybe it's that golden nugget that makes a difference for you. And so we usually do 1 podcast a week. I'm going to continue to do, hey, what's up, Bingham? Hey, thanks a lot, man. I'm going to continue to do my podcast, and weekly we release it on Wednesdays. We're going to reduce the time down to about Kyle Peterson 365 hard. May be insane. We're going to reduce the time down for our interview style podcast down to about 45 minutes. And then we're going to do another podcast about 15 minutes, bite-sized chunks, probably release that on Monday mornings. Maybe it's the Monday morning drive while you're driving into work. You got 15 minutes to listen to something. That'll be a little bit more just me solo talking and maybe sharing some things that might be helpful to you. I'm going to go live a little more often. I want to go live and share some things like I'm doing today. Hopefully they're valuable to you. Hopefully they help you accomplish some things. I didn't go live as much as I would like to last year. I'm going to get to that reason here later. I'm going to do some educational webinars, free ones. They don't cost anything. We're going to do some educational webinars. And then I'm going to get back to these things I used to do called 2-minute drills. Just 2-minute quick snippets. Bam, there they go. And you'll see them on Instagram Reels and Facebook Reels and all kinds of stuff like that. But I think with all of those things and kind of having a bit of a theme to each day, I should be able to get it done. I think there's plenty of content out there to do. And it's one of those things that, to be honest with you, I hate doing it. Doing what I'm doing right now is one of those things. It's just like, oh man, do I really have to do this stuff? Do I have to like put myself out there? But I had an epiphany on it over the holiday because it's one of those things. It's a struggle. Like, who am I really? Right? Kind of that imposter thing, it's syndrome that who am I really of any importance to share anything that anybody else would watch? There's some of that. There's also some of this just time and being able to invest the time. And then there's this other thing. It's like, I just hate social media. I don't like to be on it. It's usually negative. Hey, thanks a lot, Chuck. Appreciate that. Loving the new studio. But this social media thing, it tends to be a waste of time, a big distraction, a lot of that in a lot of cases. And you might go there for something valuable. You saw, like, maybe you came today and like, hey, I want to see that thing. But when you get done watching this, don't go watch a bunch of reels that are meaningless or don't have any value to you or just silly or goofy, unless it's your entertainment time, and that's fine. But I want to create valuable content daily. I'm not going to ask you for anything. I just want to do it. I want to give back to an industry that's been really good to me. It was awesome. We did this mission control retreat second week of December, and we had a bunch of people there, and we did it for free, something we usually charge $5,000 for. And people got a lot out of it. They really gave us a lot of good feedback. It helped me feel good. Like, it was fulfilling to do that stuff. So I want to do more of it. And I'm going to start sharing a lot more valuable content out there daily. So 365 hard, hold me to it. If you miss something and say, hey man, I didn't see your thing today, I'll direct you to it. It'll be out there. Number 3, I'm going to challenge my team and myself to master our craft. And I'm going to do that through having one-on-one meetings with my team that's direct reports to me, and anybody that's a direct report to somebody that reports to me will also have meetings one-on-one to improve our ability and skill at serving and helping you guys out there, the contractor, our partners, and the things that we do. We want to be the absolute best that there is out there. And we think we're pretty dang good already, literally like a board of directors for business. with finance and HR and process and all the things that we cover and do for contractors, but we want to be even better. So we're going to really work hard this year on improving our game. There's lots of new stuff out there that we need to be sharp at, and we're working towards that for you guys right now already. But I'm going to hold everybody accountable to it. I meet with them each week in a one-on-one. We're going to have topics that we talk about. We're going to come away with some tasks. We're going to get those tasks done because it's part of our mission. So that's number 3. I'm going to challenge my team and myself to master our craft. Number 4, we want to highlight the contractors that do it right out there. You guys are listening in right now. We got, I don't know how many, I only see one little channel over here, but it seems like quite a few people listening in. And we want to do what I'm going to call magnificent moments. So in our podcast, I'm going to add in some new things. Think of them as like segments. And one of those things is the magnificent moment. So you're out there as a contractor doing amazing things every day, working your butt off and serving people, doing well. Take a video of it, shoot it to us, put us on YouTube, whatever, and get us the link to it. And I'm going to put it on the podcast. I'm going to highlight you. I want to put you out there. I want you to be able to take that and say, hey, we did such a good job. We were highlighted on Contractor Radio. We're going to provide something of value back to you. Plus, I think it would just be interesting to the listeners to go, man, that's pretty cool. That might be a good idea for me to do. And let's have this like pay it forward and improve and raise the bar of what a contractor is out there. So that's thing number 4. I want to highlight the contractors that do it right. Magnificent moments. Hey, we got a podcast coming out next week. Get me one. Get me a YouTube on something amazing that you did, whether it was last year or you just did it this week. And we'll get it included in the podcast and let you know. Anybody that does send us one of those, we're also going to send you something cool. We're going to send you a swag box from us here at Contractor Coach Pro, Contractor Radio, Top Rep, as well as our sponsors are going to throw in, and we're going to just send you a cool little box of cool stuff. So a little bit of incentive there. One other thing we're going to do with the podcast, this is part of that creating content aspect of things, is we're going to answer a question from a contractor weekly. So go to our Facebook page for Contractor Radio, go to our group for Contractor Community, and leave a message like, hey, I got a question about this. We will put it on the podcast. I'll answer it live on that podcast for you. And hopefully it helps you. We want to do a little bit more of that out there as well. And anybody that sends us a question that gets on the show is going to get one of those cool swag boxes as well. So that's number 4. Number 5. This is a tough one. Not a lot of people know this, mostly people that are really close to me. I have been a little bit more open about it here lately, but I got something going on health-wise. I got an autoimmune type deal. I don't need any pity party like any of that stuff. I don't want you to feel sorry for me. Hey, man, everybody's got all kinds of problems, and mine are way less than a lot of folks out there. But I'm dealing with something, and I got to get healthy, and I got to go through some things over the next 7 to 12 months to get that health back. They're going to be pretty difficult. But I have resolved that I'm going to get that done. I got a grandkid that I want to see grow up. I want to be able to play sports with him, go hiking with him, go fishing with him, do those things. And so I'm going to do everything in my power to get healthy. I'm going to a functional medical doctor. I had acupuncture this morning. I've been doing cryo and the red bed, like everything I can possibly do, any option that's out there. I've had a lot of people send me some really good stuff. Considering doing even some stem cell, like you name it, I'm going to try it because I want this to get under control. And it's something I've dealt with for about 10 years. Got it under control for about 6 of those 10 years here. And then here over the last year, it's just gotten more and more difficult to manage. And it's affecting my mentality. It's affecting my positivity. It's affecting just my thinking, like being able to think clearly. So I'm making a commitment that I'm resolved to get healthy, and I will. So if you don't see me doing things to get healthy, let me know. Hey, man, you look like all you're doing is eating cookies. I did a whole thing on cookies yesterday because I got a nice gift box. I went, hey, man, what are you doing sending me cookies? But feel free. Reach out and ping me like, hey, man, that doesn't look healthy. The next thing, number 6, is I want to travel because I want to, not because I have to. Last year we looked at it and I was gone more than I was home. Approximately 9 out of the 12 months I was gone. Home about 5 or 6 weekends. And in those weekends, I was doing something to do work with. And I'm just not going to do that. That's not what I got into this for. When I originally started this whole thing, it was I was going to coach a few contractors and go golf and fish in the afternoon. I was after a lifestyle that I wanted. What I realized that a lot of you need help, and so I went through the effort to like build this business and help you guys. Um, I see Kamasi Fort, like, Jim, I worked with you on some roofing ideas. How do you feel about moving on to new adventures, like a whole different job? Oh, no, not at all, man. I love what I do. I love coaching. With doing this thing is a huge fulfillment for me. And I can't really see myself doing anything else. But this traveling because I want to has a lot to do with spending more time with my family, letting them know how much I love them, sharing some of the things that are amazing out there. My wife and I have some plans right now already on doing some trips and stuff together, because it seems like every time we traveled, it was always like work stuff, and we kind of fit in something. And there's so many millions of conferences and events and all that stuff. I'm going to be really intentional about the ones that we go to. In all honesty, it's about the same 500 to 1,000 contractors that go to them. And you know what? There's about a million of you out there. We want to provide some ways for folks to get at it and not have all the expense of travel and all that other stuff that goes with it. And we've got our own events. We got our top rep events that we'll do. We'll do our mission control events, but that's about it. It says Graham Dessert just sent me a text. So hold on one second. Let's see what Graham had to say. Hold on. Saw your lives, starting online fitness community, super inexpensive fitness and accountability for all levels of people launching it. The latest 2-1 should be in the next whole week. Oh, so yeah, Graham, that's awesome. If you guys don't know Graham Dessert, you should follow him. Super guy. Awesome on the fitness side of things. I don't have a problem with doing the fitness part. I have a problem with the pain I'm dealing with. It's this pain that I'm is keeping me from doing what it is that I want to do. So once I get that kind of under control, I can get back to doing what I love to do, which is working out and exercising and that kind of stuff. So that was number 7. I want to travel because I want to spend more time with my family. I want to share the beauty of this world with them, and have them see things they haven't seen before. And I want to see those things as well. Number 7, I want to spend time with all of our clients. We've got lots of clients. We got clients in our boost classes. We got one-on-one clients. We have clients that come to Top Rep. And so I want to do something that's a group call once a week where I don't get to see many of them anymore. They're working with all of our coaches, with Nathan and John and Mike, and Roz and Jenny and Tommy and Chuck. They're working with all of them in their specialty areas. And I don't get to see as many of them. I have my clients I've been working with for years, but I want everybody. I want to be a part of it. And so I'm going to offer out, hey, probably 30 minutes to an hour once a week group call, man. Ask me anything. Let's solve a problem. Let's do some amazing things together with our clients and serve them well. And that just add that as a benefit to their coaching. So that's something that I'm going to get on the board and get done this year. My team, probably, if they're watching this, they're like, what, man, this guy's about to take on a lot of stuff, and he's already got a lot of stuff. That means I got to give up a few things. I got to make a few sacrifices, but I'm sacrificing things that are the right things for the right reasons, I believe. So number 8, this one's a fun one. This is where I'm going to have a little bit of fun, and some of these aren't all that big, but there's something that's been on my mind. I've been asked about doing them, and I just haven't done them. So I want to put it on the list. I want to have it on a board. Like, I got a list of these things. They're going to go up on a board. They're going to be something that I watch all the time and look at and keep in mind. But some of you guys have followed me, watch me out there. I love barbecue. Like, I'm barbecue. New Year's Day, I did a smoked prime rib that was, man, that was awesome. It turned out fantastic. Everybody's like, man, that is the best prime rib I've ever had. And I've had a lot of contractors reach out to me like, dude, when am I going to get some of your barbecue? So I believe sometime in the fall, maybe early spring, I am going to do a barbecue. First 10 contractors that get a hold of me and say, "Hey, man, I want to come out, hang out with barbecue, and and talk with you about that. Maybe learn, like I'll share like secrets and stuff like that. And if you guys want to talk about contracting, that's cool too. But I'm going to do it at my house. I'm going to bring everybody at my home, share that with you, and be in fellowship with you. Just more about being with you and being in fellowship with you than anything else. And who knows? Maybe you'll learn something about some barbecue if you're interested in that kind of stuff. That's a thing we do in Texas. So, thing number 9. I've had this on my list for like 3 years and I haven't done it because it's just work, 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 work. And I'm going to do it this year. And this will be something else that if any of you are into, Sam's had my barbecue before. He's like, dude, that is fire. I work hard at it. It's one of those things like I'm passionate about it, and I've worked and built up some skills. And yeah, if you guys want to try that out, we'll put something out about that. I don't want to get anybody. Uh, I'll be the first contractor sign up for some Tim Dawson barbecue. Yeah, thanks, Greg. Appreciate you guys. We'll get something out about that when we get more of a date and everything set up. And then this number 9 is a fly fishing trip. I've been planning this fly fishing trip and wanting to do it. It's kind of an intense one. As you're on the river for 3 days. How many of you, like anybody out there, anybody know where Black Canyon of the Gunnison is? If you guys want to comment on stuff, you certainly can on your different comments there. But it's a gold medal trout stream. And the reason it's gold medal is because you can't fish it except for one way. You hike all of your equipment down 1 mile into the canyon, then you hop in your boats and you float down the river for 3 days and you can't get out. It's 300-foot, 400-foot high cliffs on either side of you as you're floating down this river. And it's something I've wanted to do for a long, long time. It is going to get done sometime this fall, maybe August. August is kind of where I'd like to really nail it. Because that's hopper season. Any of you that are fly fishermen out there, like, man, we hopper droppers, you will slay some fish. So, and that's another thing where I'm like, hey, if some contractors are interested in that thing, let's put something together. Let's go do it together. Let's have some fun being in what we do. So that's number 9. Last one. This is number 10. I'll be done talking with you guys about this today, but I got to put them all out there. For the last several years, we have had something in mind that we wanted to create a platform for professional contractors where they can get together and do some cool stuff. We didn't want it to cost anything. We didn't want it to really be yeah, we put it together, but it's not Contractor Coach Pro. It is something for everybody. Graham, you're doing a fitness thing. Get on here and let's help contractors get fit. You're one of our competitors, get on there, man. That's cool. As long as you're professional and as long as you're positive. We won't allow any negativity. We are not going to allow any hype. We're not going to allow any BS garbage out there. And that's one of the reasons why I'm going to do 365 days of valuable content. I feel it's a responsibility, even though I don't like doing it. I don't like being on Facebook. I don't like having to create a bunch of social media, say, hey, look at me. I feel like there's a bit of a responsibility that, hey, I believe my company does it right. I believe my company has served contractors well for the last 10 years. We've built, I can't even count how many 8-figure contractors out there, and done it in a way that was ethical and followed through. And you don't ever hear anybody going, hey, those guys didn't do me right. So I want to do something to help facilitate that. And so we've built a platform. There's some content on it already. We're going to be building content out. That's one of the reasons why I'm doing this 365 days of content. But I'm going to be putting educational stuff on there. I'm going to be facilitating groups through there. And we worked hard to build literally what we're calling a purpose-driven social media network for contractors. It's called Contractor Collective. You could literally go look it up on your phone right now and pull it up. It's we got an app for it and everything, and go ahead and join. It exists. So not only do I have the resolve to do it, which we did. Let's see here. Come on, I got other things going on. So it exists. It's out there right now. We got content all over it, and you can just see it. I'll scroll. It's just all over the place on there to help you guys. At this point, there's nothing that we're charging for on there. It's all free stuff. We'll have courses and all that fun stuff. I mean, we wouldn't do it if we didn't want to make a little money at some point, and just being transparent. But we want to provide a lot of valuable content. So that's what we're about. Now, there's some rules to it. I want to be really clear about that. You negative to somebody, you're going to get 2 warnings, and then you're out and blacklisted. We're just not going to tolerate that. We're not going to tolerate wasted time and a bunch of marketing. You won't see a bunch of ads and stuff all over. It's going to be totally focused on just being a better contractor. And we believe that if we do it well enough, and our partners that are bought into it and helping with it right now do it well enough, you guys will be there. And it'll be a place that you actually want to go, where you can get great content and improve your business without all the distractions and bull crap of places like where we are right now. No offense, Facebook, don't kick me off, don't knock me down. Facebook's fine. It's great for entertainment if you want, but it can really have a massive effect on your mentality. And so we wanted to do something that we've been planning for a long, long time. We've got it put together. You're going to see some updates and improvements and things like that to it, but it's out there right now. We'd love to have you hop on and give us some feedback on what you see. We want to build this for you. It's not for us, it's for you. And that's what this whole resolve is all about. This is for you guys. All right. I'm going to be totally dedicated to it this year. This is today's piece of valuable content, and this is how I'm going to make it valuable. I resolved to do all these things, right? Which really is meaningless other than the fact that I put it out there to all of you that I'm going to do it, that I'm going to have you hold me accountable to it. You now know it exists, so now I have to do it. That's one piece of it. The other piece of it is if you guys are really serious about something, you want to get it done, get that thing written down. I wrote it down right here. This isn't enough though. I'm going to go put it on a board. I'm going to get it on some Post-it notes. I'm going to have these 10 different things all over the place. They're going to be on my doors as I walk out the door. They're going to be on my steering wheel. They're going to be everywhere so I don't lose sight of it. Create a vision board with it if you want to. I don't really look at this as a vision. It's just these are commitments I'm making to get some things done that I've wanted to get done. And in order to do that, you have to, and this is the valuable part today, they have to be worthy of the pursuit. All 10 of these things are worthy enough of the pursuit and the benefit and reward in the end that I will stick to them. I will not do it. So it has to be that strong of a pull. There has to be enough of a why to it and enough of a reward from it that you'll do it. Second, you got to get it in front of you. It's got to be top of mind. Whatever's top of mind is what you're going to have a relationship with. So if you're constantly on Facebook, that's top of mind. That's what you have a relationship with. If you're constantly with your wife or your kids, that's who you have a relationship with. If you're constantly in the Bible and you're studying, praying, doing devotionals, you're top of mind with God. So what are you top of mind about? That's got to be a part of it. And so I need to make these things top of mind, which they haven't been. So in order to make them top of mind, I got to put them into ways that they become habits, that I see them every day, and it just starts to become part of my consciousness. And so I do that in a variety of different ways with Post-it notes. They'll be on some whiteboards. They'll be on an action matrix that I do. And that's part of how I get it done. So then the third part of that, hey, if you really want to get these things done, there's going to be some things on your list that you might not know enough about. I don't know enough about the algorithms and all that stuff that goes into social media. I just know I want to put some good content out there. Hopefully it's good enough that people go, that's pretty cool. But if I really want to do it and I want to increase my reach and I want to have people benefit from it, I need to gain some knowledge. I need to learn how these algorithms work. I need to learn the best way to post it, how to automate it, how to make it easier. And so that's the other piece of why people fail in their resolution. They say they're going to do a thing, but they don't have the knowledge on how to do the thing. And that's actually part of the resolution, is gaining the knowledge. Like, it was awesome. Graham said, "Hey man, I'm going to just start this exercise thing." There's a dude with some knowledge. Go get involved in that. If you really want to get in shape, go learn from somebody that knows how to get in shape. Don't just walk into a gym one day and start reading the little things on the equipment, hoping to know what you're doing. That's not nearly enough. So that's why people tend to fail. They don't have enough purpose for what it is that they're doing. There's not enough absolute belief in it. So they fail at doing it. They don't have the knowledge to get that thing done, and they don't keep it top of mind. They don't keep it in front of them and say, hey, this thing is important to me. So that is hopefully some value for you today. I wanted to keep this to 30 minutes. That's where we're at right now. What do you guys think, man? Hey, Josh, thanks a lot, man. Bless you, sir. God blesses you with a beautiful year. Hey, whatever he blesses me with, I am good with. Whether that's a great year, a poor year, it doesn't matter. Whatever it is that he's putting in my life is what I need at that point in time. So if there's challenge, like this health thing, that's what I need at this time. Probably a little bit of a sign of like, slow down, dude. You're going a little too fast. So thank you for that. I really appreciate it. So what do you guys think? Can you hold me to it? Anybody up for the challenge? Hey, anybody write them down and say, hey, man, I'm going to be looking for all 10 of these. Now, I know you didn't, but yeah, reach out to me. You don't see something one day. You heard me just saying I'm going to do 365 days of content. It might be 2 minutes. It might be 1 minute. It might be 30 minutes. It might be an hour. But if you don't see something that day and you want to see it, DM me, text me, email me, whatever way you got to get a hold of me. Like, you're all Facebook friends, message me. There's a lot of YouTube guys out there. Comment on the YouTube. Like, I'm going to get those notifications. So that's what we're all about. Thanks, guys. I hope your New Year's resolution, God, boy, I can't even speak. I hope that your New Year's resolutions are something that you have the resolve to do, that you have enough purpose and it means enough to you to go get it done. Here's a little fun stat for you on the way out the door. 45% of Americans do New Year's resolutions. So less than half. And of that 45%, only 8% actually accomplish their resolution. We can do better. You can do better. I just gave you the keys to the closet on how to do it. Go out there, get yourself accountable, find the thing that you really do want. It can't just be kind of want. You're not a little bit motivated by it, but you really need it. Get some accountability, get the knowledge, and then put it in front of you every day. It's got to be top of mind. I will say this: make your content not non-stop, make it something that is valuable, not just randomness. Yeah, as you know, that's one of those things. Like, I see content out there and it just seems so random to me. It's like, hey, here's a funny meme, and no offense, like Tim Brown's like, oh dude, if he hears that, you're gonna call me. It's cool. I get it. That's your thing. That's not my thing. My thing, the key part of that is not to just create content 365 days, valuable and hopefully maybe entertaining content. I want to have some fun with it too. I actually kind of have a little bit of a breakdown here of how I'm looking at doing it. I'd love some feedback on this. Like, you guys like, hey, no, do this or do that. I don't have anything really like a tagline type name for it on Tuesdays yet. So maybe something, I have a thought, but maybe you guys can help me. So Sunday is Spiritual Sunday. I'm going to put out something spiritual every single Sunday. And this isn't Contractor Coach Pro. This is Jim Johnson. This is my thing. So Spiritual Sunday, I'm going to put out some content on Sundays. On Mondays, is going to be On a Mission Monday. Every single one of you should be on a mission this year to accomplish something in your business. And I want to challenge you of sticking with it. You made some resolutions with your business. Let's stick with it, and let's help you stay on that mission. Like I said, Tuesday is the day I don't have anything. Warrior Wednesday. Wednesday is like that day in the middle of the week where everything gets blah. They call it hump day for a reason. I want to help get you through it. So I'm going to have Warrior Wednesday. Think about it Thursday. This is where I want to challenge you to think a little bit. I'm going to bring up some stuff that maybe you don't think about all the time, and challenge you there. Freeform Friday. So Freeform Friday is just freeform, man. You never know what I might do on that day. I got some pretty fun ideas on that one. And that might be some silly and humor and stuff like that. We'll see. And then on Saturday will be Top Rep Sales Saturday. I'm going to do some sales content and hopefully help you guys close more deals out there. And I'm doing it on Saturday for a reason, because I'm a big believer Saturday is money day in sales. Those sales guys that work on Saturdays are the ones that hit the big numbers. Thank you for your commitment, sir. You are awesome. This sounds great. Okay. Thanks, Josh. I really appreciate that. Thanks, Greg. Awesome. Thanks, Jim. Anybody got an idea for I got talk about it Tuesday. Have tacos and we're going to talk about something. But I'm not sure what that one's going to be yet. We'll kind of figure that out, but it should be some fun. I'm excited. Hopefully you guys are at least somewhat engaged and go, hey man, I'd like to maybe watch this a little bit. If you want to watch it, follow us on Facebook. You can follow our Contractor Coach Pro page. You'll see content there. Contractor Radio, you'll see our podcast content there. Top Rep, you'll see our sales content there. Follow us on LinkedIn. It'll be on there. Our YouTube, Contractor Coach Pro. Every video that, like, YouTube would be the place to go. Like every video I do, we're going to post them all over the place in the various places, but everything will go on YouTube. Yeah, Dominic Frazier, we got to get him on a podcast here at some point. So, yeah, hey, thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate it. I know you took time out of your day to do this and hang out with me. Hey, I want to hang out with you guys more. Anybody got a question? Like, I'm going to do a question on the podcast. It's going to get somebody a box of swag. Anybody got any ideas? Like, you guys are on here right now, and I'll check the other comments and stuff on the other feeds. But if you have a question that you want to get answered on Contractor Radio, I'm going to do, hey, listener mail question of the week. And I'm going to say what the question is, and I'm going to give the best answer I possibly can to it. If you've got one, shoot one here, put a comment in it, and it'll be on next week's show. Whoever we choose out of all the questions is going to get a swag gift. We'll reach out to you, get your address, and send you some cool stuff. On that note, can you talk about some of your accolade in a non-bragging rights and your work ethics about it and how you got? Oh boy, God, Josh, that's such a hard one. I try to not like focus on me. I really try to focus. Like my biggest accolades are what the contractors do. These contractors that we've worked with and seeing them do some pretty amazing things, and not just from a revenue standpoint or profit standpoint, but from a people standpoint. I mean, you work for Dominic, like he's a great example. Like if accolades are anywhere, it's that guy. Like seeing him do what he's done and his team, and how they have bought into their culture, and like that's an accolade. That's where I get my joy from. Yeah, I've had my good moments, and I've had, large contracting business, all that stuff, $30-40 million. It's cool. But I know so much more now. I know so much more because I've had so much more opportunity. Like I worked at AccuLynx for 5 years. I got in the back office of 1,000 different contractors, saw a lot of different ways that things were done, and helped them get off the ground. That was super cool. And now I've coached a little over 400 contractors. We got another, 1,500 that are on our stuff. And I get to see a lot of different things that I can share out with. And like, I never share the private stuff, right? Like you got something unique and different to you, like that doesn't get shared. But the problems that we deal with are all the same. I mean, it's not really all that much different, but the resolutions have gotten better and better and better over time. So Josh, I probably didn't answer your question the way you wanted me to, but to see the companies and their success, that's the highest honor I can get. I will say this. I did get a comment over the holiday. I have a really good friend. He was the youth pastor at our church whenever we joined, when I lived in Houston. He wanted to go on to seminary school. Our church got behind it, financed it, made sure that he could. We actually went and visited him whenever he got out of seminary school and went and did his internship in Washington State. And we look at him as like another kid. And his wife is another kid, and he's got kids. They're almost like little grandkids to us. And he came and visited, and we were just talking, and And I said, man, I'm super happy you're here. He goes, man, there's no place I'd rather be. I go, come on, now that's not true. I can't. He goes, no. He goes, you are the only person that I feel like I can just be me around. I'm not trying to prove something or disprove something or be something I'm not supposed to be or be something that the world expects me to be. I can just be me around you. That's a great accolade to me. To me, that's the highest honor I could get. And I hope I make most people feel that way. I'm nothing special. I'm just another human being, a man just like anybody else. Yeah, I'm kind of good at this contracting thing, but that's it's no big deal. I don't think anybody's uh, doing a whole lot of wow, that's amazing stuff with that. Um, Benny had a question. At what point in our business journey do we hire a full time marketing person? Ooh, but Benny, that question can have a different answer depending on the market you're in. We're going to save that. I'm not answering that here. That might go on the podcast. Let's see if we can get the big fish some swag. I'm not going to say it's going to be on the podcast because I might get some other great questions, but we'll answer that question on the podcast. So everybody go subscribe to Contractor Radio. We'll get that one out there. And yeah, but Benny, that's a good one. Okay, so maybe just like some work ethics from your disciplines. Okay. So okay, how did everybody assumes I had some success? Okay, great, that was good. Yeah, and so how? Um, I am a process oriented person. Whatever it is, I get into it 100% and I start repeating it over and through repetition, you get competence. And when you get competence, you get confidence. And once you have confidence, you can do anything. It becomes subconscious to you. It's a thing where um, it's just natural now. And that's the true indication of mastering something, that you do it without thinking. You do it because it is part of you. And so, how I did that is I started to practice the things I wanted to know or read the things I wanted to learn on a consistency basis. I made time for it. I put it in my schedule. Benny actually talked about this earlier today in a different conversation about running your life by a calendar. I run my life by a calendar. Every single day is planned out way in advance. And it's important because I put in time that I'm doing those things or the disciplines I need to do to achieve the things I want to achieve. But anything that you're disciplined about, it's a sacrifice somewhere else to do that thing. You're sacrificing something. It's time with someone or something or doing something else. But we have so much time. We have so much time that's wasted that you're not really sacrificing a whole lot with somebody else. We waste so much time on TV, social media. Um, it- our addiction to distraction will be the death of our creativity. Creativity will die because we can't get away from the distraction that's out there. And so be very cognizant, mindful of what you're watching. Is that just a distraction? Is that bullshit? Like, do I really need to be listening to that thing? Then don't listen to that thing. Get away from it. Run everybody on your Facebook feed, on your reels, on your stories, on anything that you do social media wise. Is that valuable? Nope. Out. I'm not watching it. I'm not dealing with it. Now, if you want to set aside time for entertainment, man, more power to you. Go do it. Josh, no problem. You're welcome. Who can close more deals, Chuck or Nathan? Chuck. Sorry, Nathan. Love you, brother. Chuck. Chuck's man, he's a rock star. That would be a great question. I would love to answer that one on the podcast. That's a good one. Man, that is exactly the content you need here on this journey. You and that helped me so much, and it was great advice. Thanks, Josh. Appreciate that. I wouldn't plan on being here this long, but you guys got questions. You want to engage? I'm here, man. I want to be present as much as I possibly can be. And maybe I'll do a little bit more of this, a little bit more. Should I ask you guys, should I do more lives? As long as they got some value to them? I'll let you guys answer. Um, let's go. Let's get behind the scenes on that camera. Okay. So yeah. Right now I've only got one of the cameras on because I'm on StreamYard and I got a bunch of other stuff going and I just wanted to do this a little bit different today. But I'll grab the camera and I'll show everybody kind of what's going on here. We do have a new podcast studio. A little bit of it's a mess over there because I was working on a couple of things, but I got some cool stuff. I'm actually just going to take the camera off. I don't know. You're supposed to even do this on Facebook Live and take the camera off. Hold on a second. Maybe. There we go. Yeah, there we go. I got a camera. Whoa, really close. All right. So this is a Kaiser Pro built for doing podcast cameras. It's super like high def, which is awful. Like looking at me, that's terrible. Um, but it's just kind of give you guys an idea. The Pod Mic is what this is, made by Rode mics and sound equipment. It's pretty solid mic. The headset here, Audio Technique, I think is what it's called. Um, and then I have the Rodecaster Pro deal right there. That has all the sounds, does my volume, records everything that I'm doing. Uh, it's the audio gift from I think God had something to do with it. It's just that good. Then I got my screen over here that'll have whenever I have all my cameras on, that'll be showing those cameras, lights, and all that good stuff. Little background stuff over there. Other lights. That's camera stand right there. Other lights. Let's see what else we got a vibe board behind me right there. So this board I can do trainings and stuff like that on. Um, got the a good coach can change a game. A great coach can change a life. And I try to. That's why that's up there, top of mind, man. Yeah, I want to change a game, but I want to change a life too, and that's why it's on the wall. I want to remember that every day. So let's go ahead and go over here to this side. We got up there. That is what we call the hat rack of honor. This is where the folks that have supported us, loved us, their clients sent us stuff. Fraser Roofing's on there, of course. Those guys are rock stars. Atlas, our main sponsor, is up there in the center, where they should be because they are our title sponsor. And that's kind of that deal. I got some cool little lights, like accent lights and things like that. Let's see if I can get this tuned in right there. Is it gonna? Oh, stay there. Oh, come on. Here, I'll see if I can get it closer, and it'll probably knock everything over here. All right, right there. Anybody know what that is? Anybody know what that is right there? I'll be looking at comments on it. Yeah. Uh huh. I'm an owner of the Green Bay Packers. That's my certificate of shares in the Green Bay Packers, the greatest football team ever on the face of the planet. And put the camera away. Oh, wait, I got one more thing. Forgot to talk about that. This right here, that's called a Blackmagic ATEM, ATEM Mini Pro ISO. And that's what captures all of my cameras and line feeds. And I can actually capture the vibe board screen and everything with that. All goes onto a SD card and then, or a hard drive actually, that my amazing video team then goes and takes this crazy garbage that I put together and makes it look pretty good. Abdiel, what the heck, man? You and I, oh yeah, you're a Bears fan. You know, I own part of the Green Bay Packers. I believe that Aaron Rodgers owns part of the Chicago Bears. Last I saw, I think he even like said it like out loud on TV. And it seems like he still does own them because I think we're 2-0 against them this year. And we only have 8 wins. So, oh man, fun stuff. Man, I missed you guys. Everyone stepping into the content game. That's not it for me. That's not why I'm doing this. The reason I'm doing this is because I think so much of the content out there is superfluous. It's just like I'm putting stuff out so people because I'm on every day, I have something out every day, I'm top of mind with you. I think you can be more top of mind if you share something valuable, if it's actually something worthy, if it's something that's going to spark into like this last part, like hanging out and showing you guys, like that's cool to me. Like I think that was actually valuable. Like maybe some of you are actually thinking about doing a podcast. When I started a podcast, I had a laptop and a camera and a really crappy mic. That was it. But as time has gone on, I've added, I've built up. This is what it looks like today. And I'm working on adding some new stuff as we go. I've got some really cool plans for it. So um, I was commenting on your other live. Hope you're good. Sounds good. Okay. Yeah. I can't see them all. Like I've got like 9 different lives going on right now through. Oh, if you guys are interested, like you're thinking about doing podcasts, StreamYard. Like that's what I use for this. I can go live everywhere. It's all over the place out there. So, if I'm not seeing your comments, I'm not mentioning you today, you're watching this, put it in the comments on there and I will see them as I get done with this and I'll comment back to you. Let's watch Chuck sell live on the book on a Zoom. You just missed him. He was doing it. Like he was just did a live with Tommy. They were talking about sales earlier. That's one of the other things. Our team is going to be doing more this year as well. And Chuck's great at sales. He's going to do some literal coaching, like on lives. As a matter of fact, he has thrown it out there. I believe. I don't want to spoil his moment, but this is something that him and Tommy are going to do, and our other coaches are going to step in and help with. We're going to live coach some people. You got something that you want to you want to improve your business? We've got this assessment deal on our website. Fill it out. There's Chuck. Okay, so I can talk about it, Chuck. All right, he's watching. Chuck, what's the process for that? What does somebody have to do? Type it wherever you just typed it because I actually saw it. Real customers with Chuck podcast. Chuck's probably not going to be in the home on a video. I think that's, I don't know, kind of weird, but not a thing that I know as a homeowner, I'd be like, nah, I am not doing that. So if we find the right homeowner, who knows, maybe. So Chuck, if somebody wanted to do our live coaching thing, what they got to do? They got to fill out the assessment. Is that what we're doing? DM Chuck or Tommy if you want coached live. Okay. Yeah. So we'll do a live coaching call, just like we would coach any other client. You got to DM either Chuck or Tommy Richardson, and they get a bunch of them. They're going to pick somebody based on what it is, and they're going to live coach them on Facebook. And so those people that DM, they will send the assessment to you. You got to fill out the assessment. So it's actually a coaching session whenever you hop on. And man, it should be good stuff. Owner or salesperson? Chuck, that's a good question. Chuck's answering question. Owner. Okay, so that is clear. Yeah, we're coaching business owners. We do coach salespeople at our top rep stuff. But yeah, the owner wants to learn something. Chuck, I have a question for you because it sounds like an owner that would like to learn something about sales and would really like a sales team to get some input from Chuck. Somebody goes and says, hey, I want to get some coaching. They DM you and want to get some coaching on whatever, right? They fill out the assessment and you identify something else. You identify that there's something else that actually isn't. They think it's sales, but it's not sales. It's the issue. Do we keep it to just the owner we're going to coach, or are we going to go ahead and include the sales guy? Can they have more than one person on there? I guess is the question I'm trying to ask. And I'm going to get this eyelash at some point before we get done. I got another question here while Chuck's answering. So how many coaches do you have? That's a great question, Jim. I lose count sometimes. So we have 3 head coaches, myself, Nathan. Oh, wait, sorry, 4. I told you I lose count. Myself, Nathan, John, and Mike. So we have 4 what we call head coaches. Head coaches are like your guide. That's our job. We guide you through the process of getting everything in place that you need for your business to run a highly profitable, successful business that you're in control of so it can grow and you can achieve that personal financial freedom you were chasing. Now, we are specialists in certain areas like leadership and culture, process, accountability. So those type of things we're specialists in. But we're not real good, us head coaches, at things like HR or finance. And so we have coaches that are specifically built around that. They're called champion coaches. We have one for marketing. We also have one for sales. You're hearing from two of them, Tommy and Chuck. So let's see, that's four of us as head coaches, four of us as champion coaches, eight coaches. Oh man, good grief. Yeah, eight coaches now. You name it, any part of your business, we can probably cover. It's like, seriously, like if you are one of our clients, it is like having a board of directors for your business. You can get the information you need to take your business high 8 figures, 9 figures from people that actually know how to get there. They've been there before. Why would you beat your head up against the wall trying to figure it all out when somebody actually exists to do it? That every question you've got is like, hey, I got this question. Let me bounce it. Okay, make a great decision and move forward. So great question, Jim. Appreciate that. Chuck will tell me I'm supposed to be selling Nikes at probably. They can have anyone on that is needed to bring value. Sales rep, phone manager, marketing rep, whoever it may be. Awesome, Jim. Thanks. So Chuck just gave the answer. If they are there for what needs to be coached on, all good, as long as they bring value. Man, I was kind of like, hey, man, I don't doubt anybody will be on here or have anything to say about this, but this has been cool. I'm enjoying it. This might be the most fun I've had on a Facebook Live ever. That's one thing I have to remember about this mic. If you drop anything or set anything hard down on the desk, everybody hears it. So your audio call, Joseph. Hey man, you rocked it today. Thank you. You like I've been working on this whole audio thing for a while, and it's been a challenge. So I had to do a little bit of finagling. I think we've got it now. And this isn't the end quality. This is just the quality on StreamYard. We actually will redub and do all that stuff and make it amazing with this whole Rodecaster thing. Jackie, you're so silly. When Jim speaks, we listen. I don't know about that. All right. Anybody got anything else? Anything you want to talk about, man? It's New Year. You want to talk about something? You're sitting there cold, freezing your rear end off. Man, I'll talk with you. It's cool. If not, we'll call this live done. You heard what I'm resolving to do. I want you guys to help me do it. Keep me accountable. And who knows? We might be able to put some pretty cool stuff out there. That's about it. Unless anybody's got one last thing they want to make a quip about or make fun of me about or any of that stuff. You'll notice like I'm looking all around as I do the podcast. I've always wondered about podcasters. Okay, so we'll keep talking for a second. I've always wondered about these podcasters. They very rarely like look at the camera, right? Like there's the camera, looking at it. They're like always looking at something else. They're over here and then they're over there and they're like up there and like now I know what it is they're doing. They're like looking at themselves. Like there's a feed of yourself up there. There's feeds over here of yourself. There's a camera there. There's a camera there and there's a camera there. So you're looking at all these different things and then you're like, why is this dude looking at me? So that's a little bit of why you don't see me looking because I'm trying to read the questions. Jim Rosen, I said, brief best success story. Oh man, best success story. It's not going to be what you think. We've built some really big businesses. I mean, a lot of us know who they are. The Fraser Roofings and Avcos and the roofing company. And there's just been a lot of Mallard roofing in Oklahoma. We've had a ton. I mean, just a ton. It's been an honor. But the best success story, a guy in Missouri, he's one of the first clients I ever worked with, wanted to get some coaching. And I noticed it was going to be a challenge right away. And it wasn't because he was a bad guy necessarily. He was just lacking in some skill. And and that skill that he was lacking is something that's hard to talk about with most owners, especially if they're strong A type personalities. And it was his leadership. I mean, I kind of got an indication of it on the calls like this, but I happened to be in Missouri, and I stopped by and said, "Hey, I'll come do coaching live on there." And dude, what an absolute jackass! Just it was bad. He was screaming and yelling at everybody. And I'm not going to use any names because that's not fair to him, but he was screaming and yelling at everybody. Anything that went wrong and just fly off a handle. It was the worst I've ever seen. And so it gets towards the end of the day, and I'm like, "Hey, dude, like, let's talk for a minute. I can't coach you anymore." He's like, "What do you mean you can't coach me?" I say, "Y- You have zero leadership skill, and unless you get that, all of this problems that you're having are going to continue forever." And he got super pissed, super pissed, and because I told him he was a bad leader. Nobody likes to hear that. That went on for about a year of like radio silence. Never called me, never talked to me. And I told him before I left, I said, "Fair enough. Yeah, I know you want me to get out of your office, but I want you to be focused on a couple things. If people are leaving your business, okay, if you're constantly having turnover, if you have drama in your business, if you feel like there's a lack of loyalty in your business, if you feel like there's not enough synergy in your business, like everybody's in sync, if you feel like a workmanship is poor, all of that is you. It's your leadership. Here's a couple of good books to read. Go read those books. Even if you hate my guts, I don't care. Go read those books. They'll help you." Didn't hear anything from him for about a year, a little more than a year. I get a call out of nowhere, and the guy's like, "Hey, finally read that book." I'm like, "Okay. Well, what do you want? What do you want? What do you need?" He's like, "I'm ready. I'm ready to get some coaching." And so we went through some coaching. Got him the ship righted on that, and did very well. And needless to say, he did quite well. And I got a letter in the mail from his wife, and she said, "Hey, when you were there the first time, I was already talking to an attorney to get a divorce. Took some time to get all those things in place. I was ready to serve him papers whenever he re-engaged with you the second time. He didn't know anything about any of this. He still doesn't to this day. Um, but because of the work that you guys did together, he's a whole different man. Our marriage is strong. Thank you." That was my best moment. That's my best success story. That's the one that um, brings me joy. They're still together today. That's cool. Thanks for asking that question, Jim. I've never shared that one before. So pretty cool. Got a lot of them that are like that. Divorce, that's what it's all about. It is what it's all about. It's not about making more money or like how much is enough, really, right? It's about having a quality life, a good life, a life that you can be proud of. That here's the one thing I know: when you die, they don't go, "Hey, man, that dude that died, he had this much money." They don't do that. They go, "Hey, that dude meant a lot to me. That guy changed my life. That guy was good to other people." That's what it's all about. Let's do that. Let's do as much of that as possible. And funny enough, the more of that you do, the byproduct is the money. It just happens. Just how you don't even have to ask for it. People willingly give it to you. It's an amazing concept. And it's not my concept. I didn't create it. It's biblical. It's like in the Bible, do this, serve other people, and you will be blessed. It's great. All right. Anything else, guys? It's been a blast. My wife is probably going, "Where are you?" Um, she asked me, "She's like, hey, what's up?" I said, "I'm gonna do this live thing at 4:30. I'll probably be done by 5, be home by 5:30. We'll have dinner or whatever." So now it's 5:30. All right. Hey, thanks for hanging out. Seriously, I'll do more of these. I think in the wintertime, you guys are cold and not working quite as much, so you can hang out and talk. We'll see if we can figure out a way to do it where we can like engage better than just this one stream where I'm getting information from, like, because I'm getting it from LinkedIn and I'm getting it from like my personal Facebook page, I think. So, All right, guys. Hey, Jim, looking forward to coming up and seeing you guys. Let me know when. I was late working. No problem, Jeremiah. It'll be out there. It'll process and all that other good stuff. It'll be live. You can listen to as much of it as you want. I think the first half hour was what I resolved to do, and the last half hour is hanging out with a bunch of cool people. All right, I'm out. See you guys later. Oh, that camera right there. I got to remember which camera is it. That camera right there. We'll see you guys later. Love this industry. Love you guys. Let us know how we can serve you. Talk to you later.